Man, I don't know. Maybe the reason that the agents involved with us are selling so many houses is because they actually have houses they can sell. One of the big problems is inventory. That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every day to help you in growing your real estate business. And today we're going to talk about this inventory issue and, more importantly, where the market is going, what's happening with the market, kind of this secret problem that a lot of people aren't realizing is happening here. And more importantly, what you can do to start closing a lot more properties. If you attract more buyers and sellers, of course, you're going to be able to do a good job of representing them. But on either side, a buyer needs to have a house to move to in order to buy something, and they're not finding anything they're impressed by. A seller is not going to sell their home under any terms unless they can find a house that they want to move to. They can easily justify it by saying, well, we're in a good mortgage now. We've got a 3% mortgage. We're going to stay here. Yeah, till I get you to fall in love with another one. But the big problem so many agents have is inventory. The big news for all of you involved with Greg Luther Inner Circle, many of you have heard about all of our members that are closing lots of deals using the new letter that we released, the Stephanie letter, which we released at the coaching retreat. It's working very well. We're taking buyers. We're marketing this letter to the neighborhood that they're interested in, and we're getting multiple sellers to reply. So Stephanie, or whoever your buyer is, can go out and look at 5 or 6 homes in that neighborhood. Of course, she can only buy one, which means you've got 4 or 5 other ones that you can list as well. So you'll get both sides of the one transaction, and you can pick up listings in those areas by using a buyer. Yes, you heard that right. You're using buyers to get listings, not old school approach. If you have some listings, you're going to get some buyers. You got it backwards. We're in a different type of market right now. If you own the buyers, you're going to win. So the Stephanie letter has been working very well. Next week's Inner Circle coaching call, we're releasing it to everybody. If you're involved with us, you get to start using it. So we released it at the coaching retreat. We released it only to those that were there live in Orlando, Florida. So about 500 realtors have been testing it over the past month and a half, 2 months. The results have been phenomenal. I mean, absolutely amazing over the last 30 days here. I want you to copy it yourself. So we've got the testing done. I did make a couple of little tweaks to it, and we've been testing a couple of those little tweaks. So it's actually going to be a touch different than what we had at the Inner Circle coaching retreat. But every one of you involved with our Inner Circle coaching is going to get it on the live coaching call coming up next Thursday. So the big advantage for you is now I'll show you, here's how you go out and get the buyers. If you don't have any good buyers right now, really highly qualified and highly motivated, wants to move right now. And then here's how you utilize the Stephanie letter to go out there and find the inventory for them. Now, let me tell you why this is important. In today's market, we should have already had a crash. We should have already had a crash. Why? Because 30% of the buyers have left the market. But here's what happened. According to NAR, according to Zillow, according to Redfin, according to all these articles you're seeing everywhere, inventory for the month of June was down from June of last year to June of this year. Inventory was down 30%. So if inventory was still the same, and by the way, last June, it sucked. There was no houses available. Now it's 30% lower than it was. So if inventory was still horrible as it was last year and at this level, and buyers were, we barely have 1 buyer or 2 buyers per house, and then 30% less buyers are there, guess what happens? That brings down home values. All of these homeowners are stuck with their house. They can't get it sold, so they have to do a price reduction. Well, in this case, they both happened at once. Interest rates went over 7%. So 30% of the buyers left, but 30% of the sellers aren't listing, so it feels the same. There are lesser deals going on, but it feels the same. If the buyers would have left, those high-priced homes, same number of people listing, would have had to reduce their fee or their asking price. That's not the case here. So it will adjust. There is going to be an adjustment. I'm sure you're feeling a slight slowing of the market. The agents that don't sell a lot, they're usually the ones to speak up and say, oh, everything's still selling. Then you don't have 10 listings right now. You don't have enough inventory to know what's actually going on. But if you're utilizing the Stephanie letter, you can pick up as many listings as you want. use the approach to get buyers with the perfect home finder, then actually use the perfect home finder, Stephanie letter, to go out there and find the sellers specifically for that buyer. You're getting them unlisted free market homes. No, they aren't hidden from the MLS. The seller doesn't agree to list with you. They're not a pocket listing. The seller doesn't agree to list with you. They agree to pay you a commission if you bring your buyer, which 5%, 6%, 7%, charge whatever you want to charge, but you're representing the buyer. It's essentially for sale by owner. You can charge whatever you want. You can get 8.5%, whatever you decide is fair for you, for the clients as well. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking this down for everyone live on the call. Of course, if you're watching this later, that recording will be on the Inner Circle members website. As you know, as an Inner Circle member, when you log on, you can look at all of the recent calls that we've had and get caught up on that and implement it within your own real estate business. So this is going to be a big one. Everybody's going to be on there. Not only is it the Stephanie letter finally being released to everyone, it's the Stephanie letter improved with a couple of little changes or tweaks we've made since the coaching retreat. They've been using it for 4 to 6 weeks here, however long it's been since the retreat. We've had phenomenal results from it, and I'm going to teach it to everybody. I know you've been waiting for it. You're going to get it on the call coming up here soon. So that call is coming up. What is that date? That's going to be July 20th of 2023. If you're watching this at a later time, just log into the member site. You'll see it there. But if you haven't, or if you're watching this early, as you should be, that's coming up July 20th. So very excited to be providing this for everybody. Do me a favor, get these things out. They will generate buyers. They will generate sellers. And most importantly, you will have the inventory that you're lacking. The reason buyers are leaving the industry, leaving the purchasing market, is not just interest rates. They also can't find what they want. They entered the damn thing at 6 or 7%. They planned to buy, but they got frustrated. They couldn't find what they wanted. So they started to justify it by, oh, rates are high, right? Because let me tell you, by the way, I had parents just as you did. I had grandparents just as you did. Through all 3 of those generations, we've had interest rates at 3% one time. It ain't coming back while we are alive or while your children are alive. It ain't coming back for generations, distance, 100-year. It's not coming back. What are you waiting on? If today you're 113 years old, you saw it one time. So it's time for people to get real on making that move. But the advantage for you, you can get them homes they can't find otherwise. They're not stuck looking at leftover inventory that they're finding on the internet. So we've got that coming up for you. Another great benefit of being involved with Inner Circle coaching. Look, it's very simple. As this market adjusts, there's a lot of agents that are leaving the business. They start with, oh, finances are a little tight. Then they get to, oh, I don't have the money. Then they get to, what can I cut back on? And then they leave the industry. They are doing it to themselves. That is a big opportunity for us. You know why? Because we're the agents that say, you know what? I'm investing in my business. I'm going to grow my business. I'm going to take over market share. That's how you make this happen. It's why you're involved with Inner Circle coaching. This is where the rubber meets the road and separates people that are going to win from people that are going to lose. You should see, if you're not a member with us, down in the video description box here, you'll see a link to getfastclosings.com. You want to start picking up more buyers and actually find inventory for the buyers you have now or any new ones that you need to be on Thursday's call. This is why we do what we do, to help you in closing more business. As you guys have heard me say 1,000 times, if you've been involved with me here, you don't have a problem with expenses. You have a problem with income. Okay. Take your expenses right now and the finance issues you think you have. And oh my gosh, I'm so worried about money. Go buy another brand new car. Buy a brand new Mercedes. Keep the current car. Keep the current payment you have. Go buy a $1,000 a month Mercedes. You close one more house every 6 months and it's paid for. Like, what are you? You don't have a problem with expenses. Your problem is your income. Fix your income. Stop worrying about, oh, I don't know if I can afford. No shit. You can't afford anything. You can't afford what you got, let alone what you're going to get. So maybe we need to focus on growing your income. That's going to happen by creating inventory for yourself. It's not going to come from waiting on the MLS. The market's way too out of whack right now. And it's going to get worse. You can see where this is going. These are public stats, by the way. You can create your own buyers and you can create your own sellers and you can have your own marketplace that way. You are a marketing specialist first, not a licensed real estate agent that unlocks doors and fills in the blanks on the state contract. That's not what you do. That's what everybody does. You can find inventory for buyers that are serious. And by the way, every single seller in your marketplace, they got to buy somewhere before they're listing. They got to know where they're moving, feel confident that they're going to find the home that they want. Every seller is a buyer first. I'm excited to see you guys on Thursday. This is going to be awesome. By the way, if you are not following this channel right here, you've got to hit the button right now. Follow this channel, turn on notifications, ring the bell. We've got some really cool stuff coming up for you. I'm Greg Luther. We'll talk to you soon. And I'll see you on Thursday's coaching call. At least if you're an Inner Circle member, we're going to see you there. We're going to help you get more closings. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.